All right, we're not gonna play through. We're just gonna sit on the menu screen like this, man. All right. Um, give me a second. Make sure I can hear myself again. All right. I don't care if no one is here or not. I just want this is gonna be a YouTube video regardless. So all right. So I didn't really get to fully talk about my thoughts because I had to pick up my brother. Since I'm back here at the house, I can talk about this. I'm not gonna sit here for 30 minutes and talk about this, but I am gonna give like a full out thoughts playing through the game. So yeah, if you do come along this video and stuff like that, and you end up seeing it, I this did my first ever stream playing through this game, while also just wanted to play through the game and stream it. Um, but yeah, so I was talking about the first game. So like I said, from the end of the live stream, if you've seen it, if you didn't, I do have all the live streams in a playlist, or at least I'm about to have them all in a playlist. Uh, but yeah, I felt like this game did the story horrible. Even 20 when I played it in 2020, when everybody made their videos, bitching about the game and stuff like that. Everybody had their own reasons. Some of them were fucking stupid. The other ones were neckbeard weirdos looking at a paycheck. And do y'all remember the nigga who made like 15 videos on Neil Druckmann and The Last of Us and shit like that? And they were just complaining more about how they didn't like to see lesbians in gaming, or they were complaining about how big Abby was and how it was quote unquote unrealistic for Abby to be this big. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on that because honestly, I think now looking back at those videos, this is like back before I even like seeing like what these motherfuckers would say about marginalized groups. So I feel like those motherfuckers are stupid. All right. Like I said, I just played through the game. I did 7 live streams on this, so a little bit one episode over The Last of Us Part One. I finished that game on 2 weeks ago. I think I finished that a day or two after I got the 27th. I finished that like 3 days after I got back from Chicago. So yeah, so I finished. Then I decided to start the second game instead of playing the Left Behind because I really wanted to play the second game again. And like I said, everything like when it comes to graphics and visuals, like I said, I played this on the PS5. They're still good, but like I said, the story is just ass. So I'm gonna go through like everything and just explain why I feel like the story was just handled the wrong way. So first of all, we'll start with Ellie's character. Okay, now at least with me and just a lot of people who have this opinion, I'm not gonna base my opinions on other people. When everybody was saying that they done Ellie's character horrible in this game, they're not lying. I feel like Ellie's character was not her character from the first game. She was more of an asshole in this game, especially at the end of the game when I played through the game and just started noticing how much of an asshole she really was. Like, I understand where she's coming from, wanting to get revenge for Joel, but like, you already tried that. So like, now shit is different. Before you didn't have anything to lose. Now you have a baby, you have a girlfriend, you're living on this farm and shit like that, and you really let Tommy, which I'll get to in a second, just pimp you over and have you leave your girl and while she has a kid over a bitch that was already dead. Like when Abby was strung up, I didn't even know that it was a couple of months that she's been hanging there, or let alone it. At least they must have just been, but she's been there for a couple of months, so she was already captured, basically in death row because those survivor people. If I'm surprised they didn't kill her on the jump. They showed the scene where bro was running away and he got shot in the leg and he ended up offing himself. I didn't even know it's been that long since she's been there, but it makes sense since Ellie was traveling from, I'm assuming, Wyoming to Santa Barbara, California, which is basically Los Angeles, close as hell. So I felt like like I said, her character with that, it was done horrible. Um, and another thing that pissed me off about Ellie and just how they handled the story, I can't even fully blame Ellie for how they had her in the story. Like, you know, she's going to Seattle, she's killing all the WLF people, they're screaming each other's names when you kill them and stuff like that. Like, when your first instinct, like when you play the game after playing the first one, you're like, oh, wow, this girl's an ass or she's a bitch, cold blooded murder and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, they show her them gargling and stuff, they're yelling each other's names and stuff like that. And again, and you're just killing a shit ton of dogs. That's the problem I had with the first game, like, or just with Abby. Like, you didn't kill one dog as Abby. Even when y'all saw we fought through the entirety of Scar Island and shit like that, we fought through the entirety of the island. Not one dog was there. Not one dog. And then we get to the Rattlers, whatever they were, the Rattlers, the slave motherfuckers, and they asses, they got tons of dogs too and shit like that. They got dogs and shit. They got one dog I think I killed. They had, like I said, they had dogs and shit, and we still killing dogs as Ellie. And what makes that part more fucked up is the fact that Ellie was already getting a negative rep. The fact that, you know, they showed us her yelling at Joel and shit like that. They showed her leaving her girlfriend. So that was just adding more weight for us to just dislike Ellie and like Abby. And then playing the last final fight scene with the when you're going against Abby in the water and shit like that. That was another way to make you hate her. She's beating on Abby as when Abby was already at 1 HP, ready to die any second. You're just beating on her ass and stuff like that, which is just giving her more of a chance. Like I said, I was thinking about people like when they did this scene and just the different reactions, and I was always questioning why people were like, "Oh, why are you all of a sudden having sympathy for Abby? She's a bitch. She really is forced to like Abby." And now I understand because like Abby was not even at that point. Like when you fought at Ellie at the theater, Abby was automatically ready for smoke. Had the gains and everything, which is why I said they should have had us choose at that point instead of having us go through another hour of the story, looking at more flashbacks at the flashbacks, seeing the whole argument with Joel and why everything and stuff like that, and then just leaving her girlfriend to go and fight Abby. Like you could argue that, oh well, you see Timothy, she was also at that health. She was all they were they were both about to die too because you know Ellie got stabbed and then she got kicked in the injured spot. You know she was all about to die too. So, but again, that's different. That just happened. Abby was strung up there for God knows how long, just for us to beat on her ass, and it didn't even feel good. So, like, am I surprised that she didn't kill her? Not really. I was mad when she didn't kill her, but this time I was like, you know what? At this point, it's not even, it's just stupid. Okay, it was pointless, alright? It was pointless. And then, like I said, Abby's character in the game, playing through the game, I like playing as her. I like the combat. But as a character, she's a piece of shit, okay? Still to this day, I've seen people, like I said, I mentioned how someone said, I learned to love The Last of Us Part 2. I still don't. I feel like Abby's character is, again, just a forced character for us to like. And another thing that I had to shit on Neil Druckmann on is that Neil Druckmann, one thing I hate about companies is how they use marginalized groups to defend any criticism they give for this game, and they knew what they were doing. What do you mean by that, Timothy? I don't know. Let's talk about how apparently it's fucked up to talk. Or first of all, Abby herself. Abby is no. They knew how soft these fuck niggas will get when they see a big ass character like Abby. Hold on, let me go to like the model viewer and shit like that. I think this is where you can see the characters and shit like that. Let me go to that. Yeah, all right. Like when you see a girl, hold on a second. Is this no? That's Santa Barbara. All right. When you see a girl, hold on a second. I'm trying to find one. Do they got Seattle Day One? I mean, Jackson's a good one too. Here we go, Seattle, right here. When you see a girl like this, you know, she's big as hell, and you have neckbeard weirdos seeing this. Of course, when people criticize the game and you have people who are delusional and don't look at it as of a criticism, they automatically think that it's just we're attacking a character. Because that was one of the problems. Because why I don't defend it. Like I said, this game had a lot of people who on both sides who were fucking stupid. I'm gonna shit on in a second. First of all, people who went after people calling them transphobic and all that shit because the game decided to give them this. I this is not the reason why we don't like Abby. I don't give a fuck how big this girl is. I don't care. Okay, they're realistic as fuck. I've known women. There's a woman my mom's friends with. She isn't as tall as Abby, but she's short, but she's buff like this, and she has muscles. That's realistic because you guys never seen that shit before, and people criticize that shit. That doesn't mean that it's just unrealistic. That also goes to the neckbeard weirdos who are saying, "Oh my god, this She-Hulk big. It's just this sort of some sort of women empowerment." Oh, so listen, I understand that it does question a whole bunch of things, considering the fact that Abby is this big in an apocalyptic world. But is it unrealistic? No, you seen that she had a fucking gym. You seen that she had a gym. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you look goofy. You look goofy every time you talk like that. And that's all they were doing. Just like, oh, like, it's stupid. But yeah, and then, yeah, that was, people were calling people transphobic, homophobic with that. I kind of laughed at that because that they're clearly saying that they have no problem with this. But I can understand where they're coming from, considering the fact that a lot of the weirdos, especially the neckbeard weirdos, will always say, I don't have a problem with this, but then really shit on this exact problem. Like, I've seen a lot of fucking soft, masculine men get mad at Abby being this big. Like, it's funny as fuck to me. Like, that's what pisses you off on me. That's what really made you mad, homie. Like, they look stupid every time, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just the problem I have, you know. Another thing I had a problem with this game is just, like I said, they made Abby the magnet to protect them, you know. They had all the soft spot. How could you hate Ellie or Abby when she had a fucked up life, man? Like, Joel killed her father, bro. Like how can you get mad about that? You know, this guy's a shitter. You should be mad at him for that. You know, you should be mad about that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it was. Like, they showed fucking the same scene with us coming in with seeing Jerry, the doctor, 3 times, just showing like, look at this, you guys did this, you killed him. Like, and don't get me wrong, I understand where Abby is coming from, but like, here's the thing: when it came to the whole revenge is bad story, that works on everything. Like, everybody was like, oh, revenge is bad this, revenge is bad that. So why did you think Ellie went after Abby? Because she killed Joel. So when you have Ellie going after fucking Abby, that's basically what Abby did with Joel. But the problem was, it was clearly shown that one side was bad versus the other one. You have to forgive the fact. Even though, what's funny enough with this one is how Abby saved Ellie. Literally. Or Ellie saved Abby, excuse me. Or Joel saved Abby and was already still, yeah, I'm going to kill you, bro, no matter what. The reason why you're alive is because of Joel. But you're not supposed to feel bad about that. No, you're supposed to feel bad about that Joel killed the doctor in the first place, and it was a doctor. That was another thing. It goes back to what I was saying about, what's it called? How they use, like, soft topics to, like, automatically force you to like her. Like I said, her dad was a doctor, bro, and he cared about animals. Like, how can you hate somebody that cared about animals and was a doctor? Like, literally, it's giving you, like, shit to not like him. Like, even though he was a Firefly, even though he was willing to kill a little girl without her knowledge and wasn't even going to tell Joel, like, that shit goes away because, well, he was a doctor. He was a doctor, and, oh, don't forget that Abby said if it was her, that was another thing I mentioned. Oh, well, Abby said if it was her, she wouldn't have a problem, you know? Abby was able to make that choice. Ellie wasn't able to make that choice. There's a difference in that. if Ellie was like, hey, Joel, like if they woke up, they're about to do the surgery, and Joel is trying to protest against it, but Ellie walks in like, hey, Joel, I get what you're coming from, man, but I still want them to do the surgery. Not only would that change the first game, but it'll also change, like, and then you kept what Joel did, but then it would change our perspective for us to like Abby. But the fact that they didn't give Allie a choice at all. They were just gonna kill her just like that for a cure that they don't even know if it's perfect or not, or gonna work or not. Or that's the worst thing about it. There's so many what ifs about the cure, which was all the questions that we were asking. They weren't just we played The Last of Us Part 2 and now we're just asking these questions. Now we had these questions for 7 fucking years. In the 7 fucking years that they delivered it, actually more than well, I'm assuming going from 2020. We had this for 7 fucking years, and we were all asking these questions, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they did that. So we go back. Abby, they're showing that Abby is living in a stadium. You know what I'm saying? Got friends, got a whole gym, living a good life. You can argue she's living a better life than Joel, but then they showed, oh, we're in a war with Sapphire motherfuckers or the Scars and shit like that for no reason, which I bitched about the entire game. I found a whole war between the WLF and the Scars pointless. When you're in a war or in a world where shit is scarce, so you're just fighting over land, which is why I had like a soft spot with Owen. Do I have a picture of Owen? I don't have a picture of Lev at all. I mean, I got points now, so I can fucking. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, so it's like that's I had a soft spot with Owen at one point when he was like, bro, I'm like when he told Abby and Abby got mad at him and shit like that. Oh, I'm tired of fighting for Leia. I don't give a shit about, and how everybody was just on Owen's ass for Dare killing his teammate because he couldn't kill a Scar and his teammate was gonna fucking kill him because he didn't kill the Scar. That's the problem. Like, how the fuck do you want me to feel bad for people who just kill people for no fucking reason? That's another thing. They just show Abby, and then that's why you had a whole part where Abby was friends with Yara and stuff like that. It's just like I said, I have so much things to shit about on. I don't usually do scripts, so I know it sounds bad when we talking. I'm jumping on shit like that, but yeah, they want you to feel bad with that one, and Abby with that, and then they have us showing the dog Alice that we killed. Look, you killed this dog. You know they loved him, man. Like we get it, bro. We killed the dog in self defense, so it don't matter because you killed a dog, which is the sensitive topic. You know what I'm saying? They wanted you to feel bad. Oh, look at Ellie cares for not only her enemies, but a kid who was a girl that is now a boy because the village was going to force her to be a bride or stuff like that and stuff like it's like they want you to like this girl. They give her all the best scenarios. You're friends with Lev and shit like that. You're friends with you befriend your enemies that you were hunting and trying to kill. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's just there's so much things to shit on, dude. And then you go to the island, you see that Lev killed her mother, and they still want you to like Abby as Abby is just trying to like, hey, Kato, like you remember I told her to shut the fuck up because like again they're just trying to make me like her. I don't like you, Abby. Okay, like I felt bad for Lev and Yara more than I felt bad for Abby in this game because Lev and Yara both had to run from their island while still being hunted by motherfuckers who don't even care what their story is or the fact that they're kids. You know what I'm saying? I felt bad for both of them more than Abby because these kids had it worse. Like this girl had to go and chase after her brother for the shit their brother did and also deal with the shit her brother did. She got her fucking arm bashed in and shit like that. And because Abby saved her, well, look at guys, she cares about kids that are not even on her side. You know, she thought about what Owen said because that was the only reason why she did all that because of Owen. How Owen mentioned that he got soft by a fucking Scar that he killed, an old guy, and he was just ready and he got shit on. It's like there's just so many shit. There's so many fucking shit about this character that they just want you to like her on. Then you get back, you see that we killed both Mel and Owen, and she's all crying. And oh wow, we conveniently leave the map there. It's just that's just the problem I have with The Last of Us Part Two. It's like when the reason why we all love the first game so much is because we spent time with these characters. We weren't forced to like Joel and Ellie. We built up to liking Joel and Ellie. That is what literally everybody says, no matter which perspective they had between Joel and Ellie. So when we got to that moment to where Joel did what he did at the hospital, that's what made us raise the question: was Joel was right and was Joel was wrong? And when people chose, well, Joel wasn't wrong, it's because they understood where Joel was coming from. And another problem was the doctor Jerry. Bro, he wasn't a good person either way. He was even a character. They just forced the character in there for us to like. Like when y'all saw the videos where bro even tried to another stupid ass neckbeard weirdo, anti woke nigga. He tried to use the fact that the doctor wasn't even the same doctor as Jerry, which is true. It wasn't. It was not the same one at all. Look at this picture of Mel. Hold up, I'm out here looking out through this, but yeah, I didn't pick up this one. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. All right, but yeah, it's like they just wanted us to like Abby so fucking much. It just even playing through the game, it was like so blatant. There was a scene later on when they were talking about how they killed that Abby killed Scar kids before because they didn't give them a choice and they're Scars and we had to kill them. We were defending ourselves, even though they were defending themselves, but they're kids. But all of a sudden, oh well, I feel bad for these two Scar kids. Well, they did save me, so I guess I have to like shut the hell up. I'm surprised because you want to know what makes that scene worse? Joel saved you, and look what you did to him. You hit a bird, you hit a chip in and everything on it. You hit him with every golf slogan and everything. Forward, you did that. And that's what's the worst about the whole thing. That's what's worst about the whole thing. These kids saved you, so I'm surprised you didn't shoot them too like you did. Oh, but guess what, guys? Abby's a changed person when you got like I said, there's so much shit to shit on. I got so much things to talk about, but I can't. I don't want to make this longer than it is. But like I said, when it comes to The Last of Us Part Two, I think there's a reason why people still hate this game, including me. Okay, the story was horrible. The story was written for you just to like Abby. And this is why a lot of people, even a YouTuber I talked about when he talked about The Last of Us, said that they should have just let us choose right there. Okay? Because you could have ended The Last of Us saga right here in this game. If you would have gave us a choice at the theater, we murdered everybody in Seattle. Both Abby and Ellie murdered everybody to get to their brawl. You should have given us a choice right there. And let's give a scenario where people did not get the choice, or they did choose and they didn't go with Ellie's side. Then you show Ellie's side of this, and then you show the part where we're beating the fuck out of Ellie in the theater and shit like that, and we're about to kill both her and Dina. And then she guys to change her heart, and then you show the rest of the gameplay. Otherwise, instead of wasting our time with the last hour of the story that was pointless because we didn't do what we initially came to Santa Barbara to do, then you just cut that whole part if we choose Ellie's side, which is what people say when you say they should have let you choose a side. There's people who said they should have had the story written out differently to where Joel wasn't killed off in the first 5 minutes. That was another thing I wanted to talk about. Because a lot of people think that people hate this game because they killed Joel. I knew, even in 2020, that Joel was going to get clapped in this game. No matter if it was by clickers, no matter if it was by anybody. Like, when they rumored a revenge story, we didn't think Joel was going to be the nigga we were avenging. We thought Dina was going to get shit on. Niggas thought it was Dina who was going to get shot. You know what I'm saying? They showed Ellie's love life and stuff like that. We knew all this from the jump. They even showed trailers of Joel. Y'all remember the scene in the game where Jesse's like, you think I'll let you do this on your own? That was supposed to be Joel's scene. And then they changed it, and it was Jesse, which pissed a lot of people off. Because, again, when we thought revenge, we didn't think we were going to revenge Joel. But people were like, well, that's just called subverting expectations. No! Niggas hate that shit, bro. And I know they're going to say, well, you don't matter if you hate it. It's a good writing. No, it's not. That's not subverting expectations, okay? That is hyping people up for no reason and literally pissing them off and then acting why people are pissed off about this. when you had us again, we were. That's when it came. That's why the whole story was fucked up. Because again, we thought this vengeance story was about to be about Dina, but it wasn't. But like I said, it's just let me talk about Tommy because Tommy's character pissed me off the entire fucking game. I understand Tommy is a soft ass bitch. Okay, he was raised. He was raised. He was in this world forever. He was in the world he was where he was. Oh, hold up, that's a good picture. Cause look at this man, Tommy out here going crazy. That scene where he was going. But yeah, he was in the farm life, in the city, small town life. You didn't have to really worry about this shit. But like giving out your names to strangers and shit like that, I understand where you came from, but it's dangerous. And considering the fact that you guys have been in a situation to where, you know, uh, ambushes are a thing, and that was like the number one thing he was worried about on why Ellie shouldn't have left. See, Jackson to go and avenge Joel. All of a sudden, you didn't even think about that when you met this girl, and then the fact that you can see Abby's face when bro was like, "Hey, this is Joel. This is Joel." But like I said, it's just this game. I had so much things to shit on. I know I kept hopping on back and forth and shit like that and stuff. But this game, it deserved the hate it got. You know what I'm saying? Not from the anti woke dumbasses who keep coming onto this fucking game and complaining about big women or trans people or whatever and stuff like that, asking stupid ass questions. Like I like just hearing that shit, and it makes me sick that I was on their side for a little bit. But then I went woke, like they say, and I knew that what the fuck they were saying was stupid. But other than that, this game is just, even to this day, it's more of Abby's the best. Like Abby. If you don't like Abby, it's not all the shit I'm about to list. You're just a horrible person. And I don't like Abby's character or Abby's story. Like I said, if even the game, like, you kept throwing us into trying to force us to like her. You having her pet dogs and Yara and her petting Alice and stuff like that. You got Abby helping scarred kids and stuff like that. And one of which is a trans. While you have Ellie murder everybody in the city and not feel bad once. Even though they did show scenes to where when she killed Nora and she tortured Nora and made her talk, she felt bad and shit like that. Even when she killed Mel, Abby was willing to kill Dina, no fucking problem. Even when Elle was like, "Hey, bro, she's pregnant. Don't do it. She had nothing to do with this," which she didn't. Mel literally put herself in that situation. I hate to say it, but she really did. Instead of staying so worried about what Abby's doing, but Abby was willing just to kill a pregnant woman just to tag back and shit like that. But because, well, let's say don't do it. Now all of a sudden I'm a good person. Like I said, Abby's character was done really shitty in this game. The story in this game was really played shitty. Um, if they do make a Last of Us Part 3, I wouldn't even be surprised. They haven't rumored anything. This game is still at its base game. Surprised they didn't add any like multiplayer or anything. Honestly, a multiplayer this game would be fire. Please bring back functions. But it's your boy. It's VIM Tim. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna stream with that tonight. I want to play some Nintendo shit. But when I do stream, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or not. I am going to. I'm gonna probably play Spider Man. I've been wanting to play Spider Verse for a while, and I think streaming that will be cool because I'll have like a actual reaction. That's one thing I did hate about playing through this game is that I remembered I wouldn't say all of it. There was some shit I didn't remember, but I remember like a good 50% of this game. So like most of my reactions were just like fake goofy reactions. But with this one, these are all reactions I'm gonna remember, or at least 10%. Because again, I told you I watched this. I watched my cousin play when he came up here, and he saw we had this game, so he wanted to play. So but yeah, this is what I'm Tim, and I'm out. Peace.
It's your boy VR. I'm Tim, and I'm out.